Sherry. I'm Tanesha.
And I'm Desiree.
So today we're going to be talking about when is too much too much. The other day, I think it was Wednesday, Sherry Shepherd announced on The View that she had had several abortions. To me, it was too much. What do you think?
You know what? I think we all have dirty laundry. You know, we all have skeletons in the closet.
True.
And that type of show, you know, they share their personal lives. I don't know if so much she could have said I had multiples, but I mean, would it have made a difference to you? She said she had one?
It would have made a big difference to me. To me, I felt like it was too much information. I didn't feel that it helped anyone. It just made her look bad.
I mean, in what context was she sharing it, though?
Well, she was saying that at one point in her life, she had had several abortions because she was dealing with several different men. And she was not mentally mature enough, I think were her words, to be a parent. And for me, it was just too much, because what came across to me was that you chose to use abortion as a form of birth control.
Right.
And I'm all for being transparent. I consider myself to be very transparent. But I'm also cautious because I don't want to share something at a time or to a person that it's not going to help. You know, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt anybody with an experience or with some information that I know, because sometimes it can be harmful.
Yeah, and I guess in that respect, I mean, her sharing that she's had multiple will almost make it seem like it's okay to have multiple. If she's not saying, you know what, my problem was I wasn't mature with having sex. I didn't have sex responsibly, and I shouldn't have been having sex or being promiscuous.
Right.
And I shouldn't have used, you know, abortion as a form of birth control. I don't believe that's the intent of, you know, of abortion, where you just have multiple, like you're taking a birth control pill.
Right.
So in that respect, I can see how you can consider that to be a detriment to your audience.
Right.
You know, especially with that, I think that show has a lot of different viewers, and, you know, sometimes school-age kids, you know, teenagers are out, or even college kids. You know, and sometimes that's the area where, you know, you see a lot more abortions with that age group. So you do have to, you know, watch how you share your personal information and kind of share it and give the backdrop. Like I said, I mean, it's good if you're free from your past. Because like I said, we've all made mistakes. You know, we all have skeletons in our closet.
To me, it's not about the issue of abortion. It's just about knowing how and when to share information. Whenever we speak, we want to be helping someone. We want to be encouraging someone. We don't want to say something that will cause them to miss the mark. And, you know, aside from the issue of her sharing that she had several abortions, let's talk about, there are plenty of times when you're single, I'm married, and you have times where, as girlfriends, and we are girlfriends, that I have to be careful about the information that I share with you concerning my marriage, knowing that you're looking to be married. That's a desire that you have to be wife and mother. And sometimes we're careless with information or with experiences that we have. And when we share that stuff, it can really be a deterrent to you.
You know, I think you're right.
You're right.
You're right.
I'm right.
And
see,
you know what else I'm thinking also? Just when it comes to the fact that you're married, I'm single. A lot of times we do have to be mindful of the advice we give each other. Because I've even had, you know, married girlfriends try to kind of get me out there, and they want to live through me vicariously, simply because, you know, oh, they miss some singlehood, but they're not trying to give me responsible information. They want me to go out and date all kinds of, you know, Tom, Dick, Harry, whatever. And I think you do need to give each other that kind of, that responsible advice. You know, it's great that, I'm sorry, you know, you may have wanted to be single, but don't give me advice saying, hey, just go out there and just start dating any kind of person. When you know I'm a Christian woman. I have, you know, criteria based on the Bible and my own personal.
Your own personal more than the Bible, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, and even in that, you know, it's a balance. It's a balance between the two. But
Yours
even in that,
winning,
exactly.
Jesus,
But even in that, I have to be mindful about what I say to you as well. You know, can't say, girl, you should just leave your husband. You know, when, you know, I really should be advocating, well, have you tried to work it out with your husband? You know, we can't just speak just off the cuff like that. So I agree with you there.
So let's throw this on the table. Should, I'm almost afraid to ask this question, should married women be discussing their marital issues, whether they be woes or not, with single women,
with
their single girlfriends.
Yeah, I mean, well, ooh. You mean like when you're having issues saying, hey, girl.
I mean, whether it doesn't even have to be anything negative. It could be anything positive. I've always heard this thing growing up in the church that single women and married women shouldn't hang out together. You shouldn't have a single woman over to your home, blah, 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 blah. But for me, as a married woman, I think that I have a responsibility to share with single women things that I've learned through trial and error, or just helping them to be better prepared, better aware, and to kind of mentor them, if you would. I don't think that married women should push single women completely away.
I agree. Because
I want to push you away.
Yeah, because if I'm desiring to get married and I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Be like me.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, I don't want to have false expectations for marriage. Because I'm in this whole delusional world because no one's giving me the real.
Right.
So I think it's good if you do share some of what's going on in marriage. You know, I'm not going to, you know, because I could have this rosy picture and then you're like, girl, you know, what you're saying is not realistic. So I need to know that. So I don't think there should be that great divide because one's single and one's married. I don't think there should be that huge separation, you know, and I understand what they're saying about, you know, don't have single women over your house. I think there's wisdom.
But you're over my house, though.
Yeah, but your husband, where's your husband at?
I'm just saying, but you come over here whether he's here or not. You come over. Okay.
But I think they mean more so, you know, with your husband. You know, if you're not home and he's home and you're out, you know, that can get a little tricky. And I've known somebody who he was a minister and he had to go pick up, I think he was probably picking up the pastor or something like that, and he went over there and the only person home was the wife. Now he was supposed to be there, however he chose, he's like, you know what, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wait in the car and wait for, you know, that pastor to come, because again, that's just about wisdom. You know, you don't want to even give the appearance of certain things going on, so I think that's more of what they mean when they say that, but I don't think that should be that, boom, that line where there's great separation between married and single. I don't think so. Okay,
so you heard it here. This is our perspective. Conversations with Tanesha and Desiree. We hope that you join us again next week. We look forward to hearing from you. Send us your comments, your thoughts on topic ideas. We can be reached at what?
TMA Ministries at yahoo.com. Please email us. We want to talk about whatever it is you want to talk about for Christian women, so that way we can give you our perspective.
I'm going to tell them what I want to tell them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, next time. Thanks for joining us.